Arjun was ecstatic. He had just graduated with honors. He had a job waiting for him at a prestigious multinational corporation. The world was his oyster. He couldn't wait to make his mark. From a young age, Arjun had been a dreamer. He devoured books about entrepreneurs who changed the world. He was captivated by stories of innovation and disruption. He yearned to leave his own mark on the world. Now, armed with his degree and a heart full of hope, Arjun was ready to take on the world. He was convinced that his corporate job was the perfect springboard for his ambitions. Little did he know what lay ahead. Arjun's first few months at the company were a whirlwind of excitement. The office was sleek and modern. The atmosphere was buzzing with energy. Everyone seemed so driven and ambitious. He was part of a young and dynamic team. They welcomed him with open arms. They went out for drinks after work. They shared stories and dreams. Arjun felt like he had found his tribe. The perks were amazing. Free gourmet meals, on-site gym, and even an in-house masseuse. It was like living in a five-star hotel. Arjun was working long hours, but he didn't even notice. He was caught up in the excitement of it all. As the months turned into years, the initial excitement began to fade. Arjun's workload increased steadily. He was constantly under pressure to meet deadlines. His days became a blur of meetings, emails, and presentations. He was spending more and more time at the office. He was missing out on social events. His friends complained that they never saw him anymore. Arjun was too exhausted to explain. The long hours began to take a toll on his health. He was constantly tired. He was gaining weight. He was starting to experience anxiety. He was no longer the bright-eyed graduate who had walked through the door a few years ago. Section 4. A Rude Awakening. One evening, as Arjun was working late, he had a sudden realization. He looked around at his colleagues. They all looked just as stressed and exhausted as he felt. Was this his future? He thought back to his dreams of changing the world. He realized that he was trapped in a cycle of meaningless tasks. He was making money for someone else's dream. Where did his own aspirations fit in? Arjun felt a surge of anger and frustration. He had poured his heart and soul into this job. He had sacrificed his health, his relationships, and his dreams. And for what? A bigger paycheck? A fancy job title? Section 5. A Leap into the Unknown. That night, Arjun couldn't sleep. He knew what he had to do. He had to make a change. The next morning, he walked into his boss's office and resigned. His colleagues were shocked. They told him he was crazy. Why would he give up such a good job? Arjun knew in his heart that he was doing the right thing. Arjun was free. He was finally free to pursue his own dreams. He didn't know what the future held, but he was excited to find out.